Hey, it's Ryan Roy. This is your straightforward guide on how to buy a house. First, you're going to meet with the mortgage loan officer. They're going to look at your finances, your employment history to get a good idea of where you stand financially. If you don't know any lenders, I have a list of lenders who have helped my clients before in the past. Or you can shop around. It's up to you. So once they take a look, they get a pretty good idea of what you would qualify for. They're going to get you a copy of a pre-qualification letter. It's digital. It's just proof in writing that you're good for X amount of money. For this video, we're going to say the amount is $250,000. Now we get to shop for houses that are $250,000 or less. So when we find the house that you like, then we go to step 2, write an offer. So this is where I come in. I help write the offer, which is the purchase agreement. This is a document that outlines the purchase price, so how much you're going to pay for the property. When we plan on closing the deal, what's staying in the house, like the fridge, stove, washer, dryer, that kind of stuff. And it's going to outline all the deadlines for the inspection, the appraisal, things like that. And deadlines are going to be important when we get to step 3. Our offer is accepted. So they accepted our offer. They're picking up what we're putting down. They agreed to our terms and we get to move forward with the deal. Now we're under contract. This is where we stick to hitting the deadlines that we agreed to in the contract. All right, now it's step 4, inspections. This is where we hire a licensed inspector, take a look at the house, make sure it's safe for you to move into. They look for any red flags, anything that could be a concern, that could be structural issues, defects. It could be like a leak or a electrical outlet that doesn't work. So the inspector is going to get us a copy of the report. Then we go to step 5, objections. So this is where we get to object to concerns that came up in the inspection, right? So if it's a leak, we can request them to fix the leak. We'll negotiate with the sellers until both sides reach a resolution. Step 6 is the appraisal. If you're getting a loan, the lender is going to send out an appraiser to look at the property. Instead of looking at the integrity of the house, they're looking at the value. So if the buyer and the seller both agree on $250,000, the appraiser has to go to the property and make sure that he sees $250,000. This protects you from overpaying and protects them from overlending. If the appraiser sees $250,000, right, like what you agreed on, then he gives a thumbs up and the deal keeps moving forward. So if the appraiser goes to the property and sees that it was valued at more than what you both agreed on, let's say he values it at $300,000 when you both agreed on $250,000, that just means that you got yourself a deal. The seller doesn't get a copy, the appraiser just gives a thumbs up and you're good to move forward. But if the appraisal comes in less than what you both agreed on, let's say the value is $150,000 rather than $250,000, which you agreed on, then what happens? Well, in the contract, there's an appraisal contingency written in stating that if this happens, the buyer has to deliver a copy of the appraisal and the buyer has a right to either terminate, move forward, or negotiate a price reduction. That's going to be paragraph 9 of the purchase agreement in New Mexico. Once the appraisal passes, once the repairs get done, then it's time for step 7, closing. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You did it, we did it, we laughed, we cried, we cooked. This is when we go to the closing table, sign over the documents, and you're officially the homeowner. So that's how you buy a house. So this process takes about 30, 45 days. Now you're a homeowner. Hey, again, it's Ryan Roy. This was your guide to how to buy a house. Leave a comment down below. Let me know when you're trying to make a move and hit me up. Let's make it happen. I'll see you then.